Hi everyone, happy almost Thanksgiving. I thought it would be a really good idea today, with the holiday season upon us, to talk to you guys about hot buttons, trigger points, those fun things that every member of your family seems to have a finger posed over. Hot buttons are fun, and I think one really great way to have a really stress-free holiday is to really look into some of those hot buttons and those triggers. So, for example, one of my hot buttons has always been my sister's expectations around the holidays. She's always kind of had this idealized view about the Martha Stewart Christmas and the table, being set up to the nines and crystal and everything. And the bottom line is that we've never been that family. We've always been very casual around the holidays, and we've always, we have Mexican food, or chili at Thanksgiving. It's never been super traditional and super formal. And so every time she would bring up, what is the holiday going to be like, it would just get me all gnarled up inside. So that was my trigger. And so one of the things that's really good, if you have that, everyone knows that they have a trigger, especially around the holidays. You know what it is. I know what mine is. I even know what some of my family members are. Ask yourself, what am I taking it to mean? What does this trigger tell me about myself? And I realized that being the people pleaser and the everybody wants to be happy person that I grew up being, every time my sister brought this up, I knew that no matter what I did or no matter what we did, we couldn't measure up. So it was telling me that I wasn't enough. Nothing I brought to the table was enough, no pun intended. Nothing that I did was enough. No amount of planning and dedication to the holiday was ever going to be enough. And that felt really bad. I felt really bad. So I realized that was my trigger. Her saying that was her saying that. How I reacted to it was the only way that I could hold responsibility. It was the only thing I could change was how I reacted to it. And I realized that her expectations are just that. She can expect that we have, a 10-course meal at the finest penthouse suite in America. That's her expectation. It has nothing to do with me. And so I realized that instead of being triggered by her expectations, I talked to her about them. What can we do that will make you feel fulfilled over the holidays? And as we kind of worked through it, and as she did a lot more of the cooking and planning, slowly her expectations started to change. Well, when she started doing all the work, things started changing. So it was interesting how when my approach and how I took responsibility for how I reacted came into play, the trigger disappeared. So we still kind of have jokes around it, but for the most part, it's lost all its steam, if you know what I'm saying. So that's one thing to think about when you think about triggers. Think about what is that exchange. What am I taking it to mean about me? Does it mean that I'm not feeling like I measure up, or that I'm not good enough, or that I'm just not important enough to rate, or whatever? Usually it's something along those lines. That's why we have such a visceral reaction to it. So I just want to encourage you guys to kind of maybe take inventory of some of your really, really well-known triggers, especially the ones that involve your family around the holidays, and just kind of dissect them. You look around, take a look inside and see, and really take a hard, honest look about what those triggers are saying about you. So that's my tip. I'd be happy to answer any questions, or if you have some scenarios around, maybe we can do a little mini coaching. I'll even do it in the Q&A comments at the bottom. But holidays can be really amazing, or they can suck. So rarely is it something in between. So I do want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving, a happy holiday, And I will see you again real soon. Thanks.